Hello and welcome. Today we are going to go ahead and take a look at the Deimos Frigate. So, the Deimos Frigate is a Class A ship utilizing Starship Design Rank 4. It's a late game combat ship. Now, like all of my frigate designs, they are designed for you to go ahead and go on an extended voyage without needing to come back to dock or resupply for an extended amount of time. My frigates have to be able to support 8 or more crew. There has to be at least 4 or more crew stations on the ship. They have to have at least 1,000 cargo, 400 fuel, a galley, an armory, and an infirmary. Basically, everything that you would need for a multi-week voyage in the stars. Now, this particular ship is built entirely right here at Deimos Star Yards. You will not need to go anywhere else to pick up parts. However, you will need to have the ship flip glitch to build it exactly as you see it here. I will, however, go ahead and demonstrate some options that you could do that would not make use of the flip glitch, though I do like how that smooths some of the lines, both on the sides and also down here on the bottom. So, now that we've gone ahead and taken a look at the outside of the ship, let's go ahead, dock at the Star Yard, and then we'll do an interior tour. We'll take a look at how the ship is built, and then we will go ahead and head on out to Serpentis, see it in combat. So let's start by getting up. Alright, so we are starting out right here in the Ares Bridge. I am always a sucker for this bridge. It's one of my favorite in the game. You can see there is a slight amount of clipping into the interior with that spine. However, it's not in an area that you can even walk, so I found that to be acceptable. Coming back, we find ourselves in a 2x1 computer core. Now, this hab does technically go ahead and increase our crew capacity by 1. However, you also need to fill your crew slots with either a mixture of weapons, engines, shields, etc. And, well, we don't need this to get to our max capacity. So that is literally whatever... come on. Whatever 2x1 hab you want. Alright, now that I've gotten myself unstuck, so right below it, we find ourselves in a 1x1 companionway, and I have kicked the paper towels everywhere. Need to store this better. Moving back, we find ourselves in the armory, and we also find the landing bay. So this is the main entry point on the ship if we are landed. Got a nice window at the back to look out. Moving forwards, we can look down the ladder and we see our docking hatch. We'll go down there in just a minute. Before we do so, though, coming up right here, we find ourselves in the 2x3 mess hall. So we've got bench seating for up to 16. Through this door, we've got a private dining area for 4, as well as a probably a small briefing room. Coming on over here, we have the main galley. Got the serving bar, the meal prep bar, the cooking station, the galley, the first set of refrigerators, the second set of refrigerators, and plenty of dry goods storage. Moving forwards, we enter this door and find ourselves in the 3x1 all-in-one berth. And at the end of the hallway, we can open these two doors and see ourselves in 2x1 all-in-ones. So that is giving the ship a total of 12 beds, assuming that you are not hot bunking. Moving on down, again, here is our docking bay access. And we have a door right over here that is leading into the workshop. A door right here that is leading into our cargo hold. And then, because the game hates me, a door right here that is leading into the infirmary. Now, if I were to go ahead and come back to this ship with the Place Doors Yourself mod, there would be a door right there, and there would be a door right there, and there would not be a door right here, and instead you would access everything from this nice, lovely companionway. Why is it not doing that? Because reasons. Yeah. So, let's go ahead and take a look at how the ship is built. We're going to come on down here to Nikau.
Excellent.
Up into the shipbuilder. Grab our colors. It is black. And it is red. And there we have it. And I'm going to select everything and delete it. Alright, so how's the ship built? First off, we've got the landing bay. And we've got that in the rear configuration. Right on top of that, we have the armory. Moving forward, we have a pair of Deimos companionways stacked on top of each other. On top of that, we are going to go ahead and grab our computer core, or whatever 2x1 hab you would like. Another excellent one that I think would fit here perfectly would be the captain's quarters. Coming on down here, we are going to go ahead and grab the 2x1 infirmary. And on this side, we are going to grab the workshop. And then right over here, we will grab the cargo hall. Yeah, right there. Above the cargo hall, we are going to go ahead and grab the mess hall. And coming off the center of that, we're going to grab the 3x1, followed by a pair of 2x1 all-in-ones. Next up, we're going to go ahead and grab our docker. Now we could either place the docker right here on top of the computer core, or where I did it, on the bottom right here on this companionway. And then we will finish this off by grabbing the Ares bridge, just whichever the best one you have is. And that is all the habitable spaces on this ship. Alright, now let's go ahead and copy all of this to right over here. And what I'm going to demonstrate is with the ship flip glitch and without it. So with the ship flip glitch right here, this is the primary ship, I'm going to start by grabbing my cargo, which is a pair of 400 cm ballast cargo holds. Now, I could, however, get the exact same thing by coming on over here and grabbing the Stormax 60 cargo hold. You will notice exact same cargo amount. Now, making use of the flip glitch, I am going ahead and taking a Deimos hull on both of these sides, copying that, just like so. Then, I'm going to go ahead and place a Deimos Skeg B, in these 3 locations. And then I'm going to grab a Deimos belly, copy it 3 times, and flip that over the Deimos skeg Bs. Now, without the flip glitch, I am just going to go ahead and copy the bellies, not the skegs. Next up, on the front, I have the Deimos cowling, braking engine, and then a skeg A. Over here, I'm going to copy the cowling and the braking engines, but not the skeg A. Alternatively, I could go ahead and do just that, and then maybe put some portholes on. Kind of whatever you would like to go there. Then I'm going to go ahead and copy these skeg A's. Yeah. No, not the console commands. Hitting escape, not tilde. And then right back here, I'm going to come on over to the gear and grab the 320 CB landing gear. Yeah, I think that what I would do here is move the belly forward like that. All right, what's next? Well, I'm going to come on over here to the structural, not the horizontal. I want the porthole. And if I hit the right thing, as mentioned, if I hit the right thing, there we go. All right, so that's the front of the ship. Again, with and without flip glitching. Now for the back, I'm going to go ahead and place my reactor right here. It's going to be the Spheramac DC202. And then on this side, I'm going to grab the Helios 400 grav drive. Then right over here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the deflector SG60. And then I'm going to grab an H30 Atlas tank. Now, all of these are going to be hidden underneath. One second, let me move the portholes out of the way. Some Deimos holes. Just like so. I'll put the portholes back on. However, if we are not flip glitching, then I want to go ahead and grab a pair of 500T HE3 tanks. Right here, I'm going to grab the R4000 grav drive. And over here, though, I can still go ahead and grab that Spheramac DC202. Next up, I need to go ahead and grab some wings, so that way I can connect my engines. But if I am not flip glitching, then I will just do this. Next up, engines. If I can find the right tab. I'm using 4 Ares DT60s. And then I am grabbing a White Dwarf 3030. Actually here, I'm going to change this. Let me go ahead and grab my wings because I need some additional landing gear. You can see here, I would just put the landing gear right here and then just have that wing show up right there. However, for this ship, what I'm going to do instead is I will take this same landing gear and I will just flip the wing over it. And that keeps that nice smooth line along the side, and I don't care too much that there's a small amount of clipping there. It doesn't really look like it's any important clipping, at least to me. Back here, let's go ahead and slap my porthole on. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some spines on. Alright, that was not my intention there. That's more supposed to be like this. Now, one of the things I do want to note here is that if you wanted to, you could extend this spine out and glitch it into the side right here. This is technically glitching into the bridge. However, it is not doing so in a way that will impact an area that you can walk in. However, when we come on over here, we find ourselves having to shortchange on everyone because we do not have top connection points here, and we can't connect right here because that would clip into the bridge. But we still can go ahead and have this top connection right here. So this is basically the ship with the flip glitch and then without. Overall, I much prefer the kind of smoother lines that come from flip glitching. However, if you don't want to do that, this would be kind of the vanilla variation. Just taking a look. Oh, I do need to toss a shield on here. There you go. And you can put it there, or you can stick it in right there, just kind of whatever makes you happy. And then whatever weapons you want on the ship. Or, as you can see, I do have a little bit more mass on this ship. However, it's not to a point that I'm actually worried about it. You know what? I kind of like that look a little bit more. Let's make a small change. There we go. And if you wanted to, you could even go ahead and extend this out like this to just kind of keep that line running across the whole thing. Or you could even do the Deimos Spine B here. This is slightly clipping in an area that you can kind of sort of walk, but most of the time you're not going back there anyways. But again, let's go ahead and keep it like this for now. And let's do the last thing, weapons. Now, I was really tempted to go ahead and do the PBO 30s, 40s, and 50s for the ship. However, in testing, I was finding I was getting my butt kicked because the 3000 range on these meant that I was actually being outranged by some of the Veyron ships. So instead, I decided to cave and use the Disruptor 3310 proton beams and 3300 electron beams because that extra 500 range means that I am now the one with the range advantage. And as you can see, we are severely lacking in weapon spot locations. So, good luck fitting whatever weapons that you want to fit on the ship. All right. So, you can see slightly over. That's just because I pulled this back a little bit. Not a big deal. Now, a couple other things to note here. I could have very easily gone ahead and put the shield and fuel off the back of this computer core, and then hidden the reactor and grav drive under here. That would give me space for 2 more 2x1 habs. However, when I did that, it made pathing funky. That's why I hid things like I did. Additionally, you see these two holes here, and you go, oh, that's a 2x1 hab. Well, when I went ahead and put a 2x1 there, then rather than getting a nice entrance from the mess hall into the 3x1 and then through here, I had to go down, around, through the cargo hold, into this 2x1, and then up into the all-in-one. So pathing gets funky. Similarly, if I went ahead and I pulled these back to get more of a wedge shape rather than this kind of square, it made pathing funky. So effectively, when you look at the ship design and you go, why did you do it this way instead of, whatever? It's because pathing was funky. So let's go ahead and paint the ship. So I started with a nice black, and then added a nice red racing stripe because everybody loves a good racing stripe. There we go. And we will make this identical tones of red. All right, I have an error. I just need to assign my weapons, that's it. There we have it. So let's go ahead and take this out for a spin and see how it performs. And as mentioned, I am playing on extreme difficulty, and this is New Game Plus 2. So if you are finding it easier to pilot, it could be because you are not on New Game Plus, or you have a lower difficulty. If you're finding it more difficult to pilot, well, just be aware that every time you go into a new universe, it increases the difficulty by, or increases the damage you take and reduces the damage you do by 10%. Um, all right. So, while you can get away with some fun close range encounters with Class A ships, if you've got the right what's it called? If you're highly maneuverable enough, I found that when I tried to dive with this ship, it was not working out for me. So that's why I switched to this kiting build. So that could definitely be more of a question of whatever I randomly came across. And there we have it. Bog standard kiting, followed by a nice ramming maneuver. Luckily, that's what shields are for, right? Let's pick up our loot, and then go check out this hostile activity. Like, I've got 3 bogeys. So we'll do a little bit of diving here. And then run away. And then we will turn around and open up. Alright, and all that's left is a hem. So let's go ahead and dive him. Alright, there we go. So, as mentioned, I had been doing some testing with this ship with the PBO 30s, 40s, and 50s loaded, and was repeatedly running into an issue where the Veyroon ships were outranging me and not me them. So, because of that, I was taking too much damage. They crippled my engines, could not run away fast enough, so therefore I died. So that is why I still find myself preferring these disruptor particle beams. But as always, use whatever weapons make you happy. And if you are playing on lower difficulties, you could definitely go ahead and get away with some mixture of lasers, missiles, and ballistics as well. Finally, if you really like the ship design but you want to do just a little bit more, swapping that Class A out for a nice Class B one and swapping the shields as well is pretty trivial. So, if you've watched all the way to the end, Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all those YouTube things. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.